Hey there theme park fans, I'm Dan from themeparknut.com and today we are going to be looking at some old brochures and maps from Orlando. Let's get cracking! Welcome to episode 2 of looking at old cool things that my mother gave me that she'd had squirreled away in the cupboard. If you haven't seen the first episode, I basically went through a whole bunch of brochures and maps from my family's trip to Disneyland and California in 1995. Today is the second part and we're going to be going through our 1999 trip to Orlando. So I haven't looked through any of these. I've sort of got this pile here that I know is all from that trip. Now this trip we didn't just go to Orlando, so there's going to be some other stuff out and I'm going to put it to the side. We went to Orlando, New York, Washington DC, Las Vegas, some couple of other spots, but I'm mainly interested in Orlando. We spent a large bulk of the holiday at Walt Disney World, but I know there's some bits and pieces from other things around here too. We didn't go to Universal, so I don't have anything probably specific about Universal Orlando, but we'll see what we find once we dig through here. So let's have a look. So like you probably saw me flash this one earlier, this is the Orlando Orange County Convention and Visitors Bureau Fall and Winter of 1999 Official Attractions Guide. So let's have a look at the official attractions. Oh, the Kennedy Space Center. We went to the Kennedy Space Center too. That's pretty cool. So this has got details about all the different attractions around Orlando. Cypress Gardens. Not around anymore. Astronaut Hall of Fame. There's a lot of things that are the same but different now, right? Like they've got a thing about the Cirque du Soleil show, but obviously it's not La Nuba anymore as it was at that point. Now there's one that's different, and I hope we find something to do with it once we go through this pile, because the Disney Quest was something we went to on our holiday, and it was fairly new at that point and really cool. Likewise, Disney's Animal Kingdom was very, very new when we went over there. It opened on Earth Day in 1999, so when we went in December of 1999, it was very new. And I don't know if all of it was open, but I guess we'll find out when I look at the maps. Disney's water parks, Disney's MGM Studios. Yeah, that's not around anymore. Well, it kind of is, kind of isn't. Downtown Disney, again, that is looking very different to that nowadays, but ooh, there's going to be some interesting stuff in here. A year of celebration and magic. 2000. Yeah, so I've got a whole bunch of like Disney merch and stuff. I'll see if there's any up here. No, it's not up there. From the visit that we had in 1999, which is all 2000 branded, because we were in December of 1999 when we went, and so they were getting ready to sell everyone on the next year, which was pretty exciting at the time. Ripley's, SeaWorld, yep. Universal Studios Escape. Do you remember in the 90s when it was called Universal Studios Escape? That didn't last long. So Island of Adventure had just opened, I think, at the point we went there. So I don't know why, but I think because we went to Universal Hollywood on the previous trip and we were a little bit too young for it. I was 11 on the first trip and I would have been 14 on this trip. So I actually probably would have been perfect age if I was more of a adrenaline junkie child, but I wasn't. Yeah, I don't think my parents thought it was worth the money going to that. We spent more time at Disney instead, but that's pretty cool. New York, yeah, like I said, we went to a few other places, but who's doing that? New York. Disney's Winter Summerland and Disney's Fantasia Gardens golf courses. If anyone's interested in any of these brochures or scans of any of these brochures, let me know. I can give you copies. We didn't go here. Which makes it even funnier. My mum loves to collect stuff like this. So, yes, this is more like it. Epcot 2000. So there you go, that can give you very much the date range. So my father's birthday, both of our Disney trips growing up, happened to, by coincidence, line up with my dad's birthday, which is in the middle of December, well, early December. And so you can tell we were literally in these parks at that point. Ah, the candlelight processional. Look who's at the candlelight processional. Brian Dennehy, James Overy. Amazing. Now I remember the Lights of Winter. That was phenomenal. I don't know if that was only around for a little while, but I remember how cool that was. And yeah, of course, Illuminations 2000 had started in 1999. Well, the funny thing is, so here is Epcot in the end of 1999. Let's see if I can get it all on screen. Probably not. I can't really keep my hands steady for very long, so apologies if you're trying to read that. Like I said, I'll take some images if people are interested. What was there and what wasn't there at that point is probably not that different to like 6 months ago, a year ago. Except for like Mission Space, which wasn't there yet. But, you know, Test Track, the original version of Test Track was there. Horizons was closed. Wonders of Life was open. I thought Wonders of Life might have already closed, to be honest. I don't have a lot of memories of it. I remember the Living Seas, but only vaguely. I don't remember Honey, I Shrunk the... I remember Journey into Your Imagination, but I couldn't tell you what version of that it was. My goodness, but you know, most of World Showcase is pretty much the same, apart from, you know, the Frozen ride and things. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, how funny is it to have I don't know if I can pick it up on the angle. Yeah, Horizons attraction closed. Yeah. And yeah, Illuminations, the Tapestry of Nations, nightly at 4 and 6:10, and Illuminations 2000, Reflections of Earth, nightly at 9:30, presented by GP. And they had a thing called Millennium Village. Again, I don't remember that particularly, but that must have been something that was fairly temporary. That was between Canada and United Kingdom. Okay, alright, well, so there you go, that's one cool one. We'll come to you in a second, buddy. So we have some other maps of Florida. So we did, like I said, we went out to Cape Canaveral and went out to the Kennedy Space Center, which was amazing. Hey, Innovations! Let's have a look at this. Like I said, this is going to be interesting to someone, I'm sure. So that's Innovations West, as it was in 1999, and Innovations... Am I on the screen? Yeah, I am. Innovations East, as it was in 1999. So this was all about, you know, getting ready for 2000 and all the exciting things that were happening, and you know, a whole lot of that's going to be gone, which is interesting. So we've got a few. I got another Epcot map. Got another one of them. The holidays at Disney. That's the other benefit of going near my dad's birthday, is that every time we went, it was Christmas. So they've got all of these things, and I'll try and do a bit of a roll. Let me see if I can get back. Again, I don't know if any of this information is useful for anyone, but I think it's all fascinating. Candlelight Processional, Tapestry of Nations did. Animal Kingdom had a New Year's Eve party. Interesting. The Osborne Family Spectacle of Lions. See the display that was too big for Little Rock, Arkansas, and now isn't in Disney World at all. The Mulan Parade, I don't remember that. I remember Fantasmic though. My goodness, what a show. Yeah, downtown Disney still had Pleasure Island. Obviously I was 14, so 15? How old was I in 1999? 15. What? They had a big thing about Wide World of Sports. It was a really big push when we were there, but yeah, you don't hear as much of it anymore. River Country was still open. Well, it said seasonal closed, so maybe it wasn't. That's a pretty cool little brochure. I like that. Ah, yes, we'll do that in a second too. So I got another one of these, Animal Kingdom. We went to the Grand Canyon. There's a little magazine about the Grand Canyon. What else did we do before I get to the more exciting parts? I have no idea. We went out to Alcatraz. Send them out to Alcatraz. For Disney Holidays again. Disney Quest! Alright, so I've got multiple copies of some of these maps because my mum's amazing. Disney Quest. Alright. Here is something that not a lot of people would have from the early 90s. The late 90s, clearly in 1999. I kind of loved Disney Quest, but again, it was kind of brand new at this point. So having 5 floors of sort of arcade and cool games, and you know, there was a couple of things we couldn't do, and there was a couple of things that we didn't get to do, but you know, there's some really cool stuff in here, like let me see, the Midway on the Moon. I don't think we went in the extraterrestrial alien encounter here. Now, the alien ride was in Magic Kingdom, which we'll get to in a minute, because that just terrified me beyond belief. But I remember the, a shooting gallery type thing, and there was like the virtual jungle cruise. I don't think we did do that. And there was a little mazy thing, and oh, it was so cool. And obviously there was lots of games and stuff as well. Cyberspace Mountain. Cyberspace. That's a good name, but I didn't really survive. So anyway, that's an interesting little tidbit of history now that it's been completely destroyed. Disney Quest. Adventurer's Map. The ultimate interactive adventure. It would have been amazing if, like the Legoland Discovery Centres, these actually were popular around the world and people went to them. But it didn't happen. So now I've got 3 piles here: Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Disney's MGM Studios. So let's do Disney's MGM Studios. The park that is least today like it was then. Although, you know, not crazy. There's still some things going on. So give people that are frequent Disney visitors a time reference. What was open here? We had obviously the Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith was almost literally brand new. I think it opened not long after Animal Kingdom, correct me in the comments. And it was awesome. Like it wasn't one of the first coasters that I went in upside down, I think. I'm not sure, but it was amazing because it was brand new and smooth and dark and loud and interesting. I really liked that coaster. And obviously the Tower of Terror. It wasn't new, but it has now more terror. So there you go. It was great. There were fast passes at this point. I'm just looking at it. It's like there were fast passes. There was a Hunchback musical, which we didn't go to. Muppet Vision 3D, which we went to. Star Tours, of course. The Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular was pretty amazing. Yeah, that was good. I remember the Doug Live stage show. Does anyone else remember the Doug Live show? And Sounds Dangerous, starring Drew Carey. That was pretty epic. They had the Osborne Lights, of course, which was cool, but it's not around anymore. And obviously the backlot tour was here, so you got to go out to, so they didn't have the, what was the car driving thing? Lights, motor, action, whatever the French one was. Yeah, that was there, but was not, I mean, that was not there at that point, so that's come and gone since we went to in the last 20 years. I mean, 20 years is a long time. Great movie ride, obviously. The magic of Disney animation. There was a Bear in the Big Blue House live show. I don't remember that either, to be honest. It always felt like a very strange shaped park. And of course Fantasmic was new as well. So they just had this expansion down this way, with the Tower of Terror, the Rock and Roller Coaster down Sunset Boulevard, which really made this quite an epic park. And obviously they expanded that way, and then they've now completely trashed the back end of the park, so that it's nothing like it used to be too. So, what was Jay? That was the backlot tour entrance. Oh, of course it was. Where the, yeah, okay. That makes sense, off Mickey Avenue. And they've got here that there was the big Christmas tree, but maybe there wasn't the hat yet. I thought I remembered the hat. Maybe it's just loomed so large in my imagination since that, I don't know. And enjoy the new Fantasmic show in the Hollywood Hills Amphitheater, and the new Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith, and the new Bear in the Big Blue House. Amazing. They also have ads for just like Kodak film. Things like that really date something like this. So that was MGM. Let's have a look at Magic Kingdom, because you're all interested in their Animal Kingdom, so I'll keep you waiting. So, what is going on at Magic Kingdom? Let's have a look. Is that even on the screen? Not really. Oh, okay. So they had the Fantasy in the Sky fireworks. The newest ride when we went there was the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, which is a great ride, no question. Let's have a look what else is going on here. It's got to be some other new bits and pieces. I guess Magic Kingdom doesn't change an awful lot, does it? I mean, obviously they've got new Fantasyland now over what they had before. And Mickey's Toontown Fair is no longer. But otherwise, it's pretty complete. It's pretty cool, complete. There was lots of, oh my goodness. I remember meeting Mickey and getting autographs, particularly in our first Disneyland trip. You used to just walk around and see characters and get their autographs, which was pretty cool. You don't really do that anymore. That's pretty amazing. Like I said, I've got a few of these maps, so if anyone's interested. FastPass. FastPass was new. FastPass is a free guest service. FastPass is available at Splash Mountain in Frontierland. Just Splash Mountain? Just Splash Mountain. Yep. Wow. That shows you how old it is. There was only FastPass at Splash Mountain. We also have a couple of bits, and 1 second, we just have to jump. So, we went to a Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Can you believe they've been running that for over 20 years now? It's extraordinary. A map to the magic with all the trimmings. So, again, I mainly remember the Snope on Main Street and it was actually quite cool when we were there. But I don't we went on a couple of rides and things, but I don't. And I remember the parade, but I don't actually remember a whole lot else from this. I wonder if this was the night that we went on the extraterrestrial alien encounter. We went on them either late in one of the days or in one of these parties where we were staying, and that was this, like, again, I was 15, and I mean, I wasn't the toughest 15-year-old kid, I ain't gonna lie, but man alive, that unsettled me, that attraction. I understand why they took it out. If you thought that was going to be a fun thing for the family, holy smokes. Jungle Cruise, Splash Mountain, all the standard stuff. You know, lots of character goodies, holiday goodies and character photos, I should say. Lots of characters. That was mainly all it was at that point, but super cool. So here was what the program of events was. See if I can get it all in frame. I'm not very good at doing this. Mickey's 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Miss Minnie's Country Christmas. Again, I don't think we went. I think we saw the Fantasy and the Sky fireworks, but I don't remember, and the parade obviously, but I don't remember any of the others. But that is amazing. So that's Magic Kingdom. Let's go on and see the new boy on the ground. Tarzan Rocks. The whole thing was new at this point. I don't actually, I remember it, and I remember it being new, but there's a lot of stuff in here that won't be there anymore. So, like, these are literally the maps that we used for all of our days when we went to these parks. It's not like these are the ones that we just got spare ones of. This is literally would have been in mine or my father's pocket as we walked around the parks, and we've still got them because my mum's cool. Right, well, let's have a look at what's in this park, because pretty much everything was new at this point. Camp Mini Mickey. Should have been the Australia section. I'm going to do my video that I've been planning for a while about the fact that Beastly Kingdom was fine, but why isn't Australia in Animal Kingdom? Honestly, we've got the best animals. So at the moment there was Asia and Africa, but there was no Kilimanjaro. No, sorry, there was the Kilimanjaro Safari was there, and the drive. There was no Everest, of course. So Kali River Rabbits, the Maharaja Jungle Trek, Flights of Wonder show was there. In Safari Village, It's Tough to Be a Bug, and the Safari Village Train. Festival of the Lion King, Pocahontas, and the character greeting trails. I remember going and meeting characters at least in there, so that was cool. So Kilimanjaro Safaris was the Anchor of Africa, which is a great attraction, of course. And then there was the trails. We saw the first okapi that I've ever seen in my life, and okapis are one of my favourite animals. I've got a soft toy one that the kids still play with that's in the other room. It's actually not a whole lot going on in the park at the moment. It's interesting, but that's what it opened with, right? So Fast Pass was only available for Countdown to Extinction and Kilimanjaro Safaris. Countdown to Extinction. Come face to face with awesome dinosaurs in this thrill-packed attraction. Wear requirement 117 centimeters. Well, yes. I'm not lying. It says Countdown to Extinction. Okay. Right. So this is a couple of months after it's opened. That's what it was called. But yes, Dinoland USA was pretty cool. I'll admit that. I liked Dinoland USA. And the Oasis. Oh, that's that front bit. Yeah, okay. Look, Animal Kingdom's a great park. It's got a lot more there now. It's obviously fleshed out that way a little bit more now. But even then, they were only running 8 AM till 5 PM for the animals. Well, there you go. I can't remember if we went on Countdown to Extinction. I think we did. But it's the kind of thing I would have been scared of when I was a kid. So Disney World and Disneyland were wasted on me when I was young. Well, that's all the more reason to go back. So there you go, there's a whole pile of maps and brochures from Orlando in 1999. I hope you liked delving into my memories and there's something of interest. If you want a copy of anything that's in any of these things for any purpose, leave a comment in the section down below and I'll be happy to help you out, because like my mother, I don't throw things out either, so I'll probably keep these for a while. Thanks for watching the second episode of Cool Old Stuff My Mother Gave Me. We'll be back on Friday with something in a minute. Probably not theme park news, given the current state of the world's theme parks, but there will be something on Friday, so tune in for that. In the meantime, you can check us out on Twitter at ThemeParkNut, on Instagram, ThemeParkNut, Insta, or our blog is themeparknut.com. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, cheers.